This is the first video in what will be ostensibly a series of 31 or so videos for this year's RPG A Day for 2019. And this year we have reinvented how we communicate prompts through our infographic to people. And so I thought I would reinvent the way that I respond to the prompts. Usually I think about tomorrow's prompt today. And in years where I've been very, very busy, much like this year, I have, on my weekends or on days that are a little lighter, tried to do multiple videos at once. Not so this year. I can't seem to find the time to even do that. So what I intend to do is respond to the prompts, most of which I've forgotten now, on the day, and, amusingly, set myself the personal challenge of speaking for only 2 minutes. So, this first video, as you can clearly see, is longer than 2 minutes because it has this intro attached to it, and it's been about 2 minutes already. So this is the length of video that you can expect. And what is it that I've actually communicated? Maybe not very much. So, if this is your first time watching an RPG A Day video and you're wondering what it is, you'll notice that the YouTube video had as its thumbnail an infographic. Well, you can get the full-size version at the Autocratic blog. It's a Blogspot blog. It's David Chapman's blog. And you might know him from the Doctor Who role-playing game and as the initial impetus behind Star Trek Adventures and so on and so forth. But anyway, RPG A Day is really his brainchild, and he and I work on it together so that during the month of August we can share all the positive stuff about role-playing games in little snippets every day. So you can get the infographic for yourself at his blog, autocratic.blogspot.com, and then join in. Doesn't matter if you've missed the beginning, doesn't matter if you're joining in at the end, doesn't matter if you can't do every single day. Just participate, share some things. All right, there are other videos which go into great detail about how it all works and previous years, and there's playlists on this channel, and just search for the hashtag RPG A Day, and that will get you up to speed really quickly. So, without further ado, let's go into my first 2-minute RPG A Day video for 2019. RPG A Day 2019, Day 1. First prompt is first. So, the very first thing that pops into my mind when I see first is improv, and going with the first thing that comes to your mind. Imagine that with the way I'm going to be approaching this. So let's talk about that for a moment. At certain points during any role-playing game session, generally speaking, any of the players may have to improvise a response. In fact, I would say that very likely most of us are pretty excited about that idea of improvising, making a decision based on something we didn't know was going to happen just a moment ago. Do we go with our first instinct? Or do we, perhaps like people who specialize in improvised performances, build on what has come before? Meaning, not simply react, not simply go with that first impulse, but instead to go deeper, to tap into what has come before, to connect our response to the world in which we're playing, the characters that we are playing, the events that have happened so far in play, even if that's nothing more than a session 0. Tapping into the themes, the hopes, the vision that people have expressed as being interesting. Do we build a response, or do we react in the moment and see what happens, stirring things up, taking ourselves in completely different directions? That is the first thing that comes to my mind when I see first.